Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Let's Play Spirit of Justice. That is indeed still cutting that apple. That is a lot of apple peel slice thing. Whatever. Okay, anyway, we're talking to him now, so let's do it.
Why are you making that face? Hey, you want an apple?
I thought he was going to kill me. He might still plan to. I'll pass on the apple, but thanks. I don't mind a good apple, but not right now. What is this place?
This is the office of my brother-in-arms, Dirk. But right now, we're using it as a rebel safe house.
Wait, back up a second. What kind of office is this exactly?
A law office. What else?
Really? Dirk used to be a lawyer?
Yep, just like you.
Karayan's public enemy #1 is an ex-lawyer? Didn't see that coming.
But I don't suppose I'll be coming around here anymore.
You won't? Are you planning to flee or something?
It's just, I want to get out of the rebel business. Tired of being hounded by the cops and all that. So I came by today to pick up the last of my stuff.
That seems awfully suspicious. And holy shit, that spider's huge! Really?
I'm gonna sell Dirk's info to the Minister of Justice, then slip out of Karayan.
Well, wait a second. You're a key person of interest in this case. You can't go running off like that.
Relax, will ya? I'll tell you whatever you need to know. Oh, and sorry about punching the lights out back there. My bad. So, Mr. Lawyer Man, what do you want to know?
Tell me about the murders of the High Priest Trust in Me and his acolyte Perezalot.
Sure, I'll tell you whatever I can. Don't know if it'll be much help, though. I mean, I'm not a rebel anymore, so...
I wonder how true that really is. I don't trust him. Can I examine stuff? Ah, good. There's a knife driven deep into a photo of the Queen. I guess the rebels really hate her. I better remember to stay on their good side. Incense and white flowers. The flowers are still fresh. They must have been put here maybe today or yesterday. Did you put these here, Mr. Rebel?
Something wrong with the flowers?
Oh no!
It's just a traditional thing in Karayan. Pay it no mind.
Just a traditional thing, he says. Ah, I think... Are we gonna see this? This looks like a photo of Dirk and his compatriots. And here's one that looks really old. Yes! This picture! This photo had everyone going crazy before this came out outside of Japan. This photo was floating around and oh my god, the whole fan base went nuts about it. Anyway, wow, this was taken about 20 years ago.
Those are Dirk's sons.
Really? So this is the rebel Dirk in the center. He doesn't look so evil. And both of his sons look kind of familiar. Gee, I wonder.
The one on the left is Yudi. Oh, but you know him as Prosecutor Sad Madhi.
Prosecutor Sarmani is Dirk's son?
That he is. Yudi was once a rebel, too. He used to really respect his old man. You know, before it turned into a Shimigami Tensei boss. Both as a father and as a lawyer.
Then why'd he become a prosecutor?
Being a lawyer in this kingdom is the same as signing your own death warrant.
On account of the Defense Culpability Act, right?
Yeah, that's why Yudi decided to be a prosecutor instead. He wanted to spark a revolution from the inside, so he dove right into the enemy's den.
I would have never guessed it, looking at him now.
You could say that again. Dirk is battling to change Karayan's legal system, the will of the dragon spurs him on. We all thought Yuri was taking up the mantle to carry that will too. We were sure he'd help overthrow Garon one day, but as you've seen, he now uses the law to do her bidding. Dirk's been beside himself.
So he no longer carries the will of the dragon in him, huh? I wonder what happened between father and son for it to come to this. What about the other child in the photo?
That's Dirk's adopted son, but he's gone back overseas. His name's Apollo.
I mean, I don't know. The bracelet that he's wearing on his arm should have been really obvious who it is. Apollo? Wait a second. That bracelet. It really is Apollo. Okay, what you gonna do about that information?
He was a rascal, that one. And his voice could shake the entire room. I imagine he's out there raising high hell somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure he's doing just fine. Considering how far he's come, Mr. Rebel's description really doesn't do Apollo justice. Oh my god! I can't believe I read that. Ooh. Apollo! I've been watching you grow over these past 2 years. That's why I know you're ready, and why I know I can leave Trucy in the office to you. I believe in you, Apollo. Thank you! I'll be fine. Everything will be fine. You got this, Apollo. He's a responsible young man now. He never lost that loud voice, though. Oh, that controversy picture, man. Ugh. But it's so cute. What are these hanging here? Lizards? If so, they're pretty big.
Those are sewer lizards. We call them that because they live in the sewer. They grow bigger than your average lizard, which makes them fine eating.
Wait, you eat these?
What else would you do with them? Nom.
Oh my god.
Nom. Nom. Here, try one.
Pass. I'll definitely pass.
You're missing out on a fine treat, my man.
Maybe that's how he got so loony. Somehow, I think I'll live without it. Dare we check this fridge? You guys get electricity?
Yeah, but the power goes out occasionally.
That's pretty inconvenient.
You're telling me. Sometimes it goes out for an entire day.
What about the stuff in the refrigerator?
Why don't you see for yourself?
Forget I ask. I'm afraid of what I might find. Oh, I can't be bad in what we found in Resident Evil 7. What's this thing with the dragon on it? Some kind of a sign?
Yep, that was his business sign back when this was Dirk's office.
He used to be a lawyer, right?
That he was, but it was a really long time ago. This place has seen better days, that's for sure.
Well, I hope he can put this sign back up someday.
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Is that coat yours, Mr. Rebel?
Nah, it belongs to the rebel leader, Dirk.
It's pretty impressive. I like the color, too.
Wanna try it on?
Really? You sure it's okay?
Of course. Bet it would look great on you.
Well then, don't mind if I do. Ugh, it smells all moldy.
I can't believe you fell for it. That thing's been hanging there forever, like a giant spider in the background.
Note to self, don't trust this guy ever again. Why'd you trust him in the first place? There's a ladder leading underground. He must have brought me in through here. but there's no reason for me to leave yet. I should see what else Mr. Rebel has to say. We'll do that in a bit. Wow, looks like you guys are eating kind of well. There are bowls and platters of food here. They're still warm, as if this was all recently prepared. You must have a pretty big appetite, Mr. Rebel.
Guys as big and strong as me got even bigger appetites, you know?
But you just fled from the police. I don't know how you could eat this much after all that excitement. Oh. Ah! Sorry if I offended you.
But first, let's start with an appetizer.
This game. Where is he getting all these apples from?
Want to join me, Mr. Lawyer Man? Got plenty of dollars at stove.
Thanks, but I already ate. Anything else that I should poke at? Besides this law book I know I gotta hit, but I just want to see if there's anything else. Okay. This is obviously the law book of his. Is this a law book? A dragon's mark has been branded into the cover.
That's Dirk's law book.
Really? The leader of the rebels? That Dirk? That Dirk? What? That's Dirk's? Shouldn't it be that's Dirk's? I don't even know.
That's right, and that mark of the dragon is the emblem of the rebellion.
The pages in this one section are really dirty.
Must be the section on the Defense Culpability Act.
He must have done a ton of research on the Defense the Culpability Act. He practically wore out the entire section. God bless this man. Is he a bad guy? I don't think so at this point. Is he really the criminal here? The High Priest murder. Tell me everything you know about the High Priest's murder.
Well, as you know, I don't remember much about that. I banged my head on a rock as soon as I parachuted into the inner sanctum. So when I told you I had nothing to do with this murder, I meant it.
Okay then, where were you when you came to after banging your head?
By the time I came to, it was already dawn. I must have been out cold the whole time.
Out cold, in the snow. I get it. So you didn't see the crime happening at all?
You got that right.
Then why did you say you did when you testified?
Oh, about that. Since I didn't remember a thing, I was afraid I'd seem suspicious, so I came up with that whole story.
Does he even realize how much trouble his big fat lie has caused me?
Sorry for the trouble.
Well, at least he apologized.
It was definitely my bad.
While laughing about it. He doesn't seem very sorry to me. So the bottom line is you were at the scene of the crime but weren't involved in it. Got it. Dirk the attorney. So Dirk used to be a lawyer?
Yep, he was a force to be reckoned with back when he was still practicing. He was a juggernaut of the law, and as mighty as a dragon. He could strike terror into a prosecutor's heart just by glaring at him. People called it his dragon's glare. He even got criminals to confess and pass out with a well-placed glare.
You've got to be kidding me.
But most important of all, he would never surrender. He'd fight for the accused, no matter how the odds were stacked against him.
Is that what you mean by the will of the dragon?
Yep, that would be it. Actually, your work in court yesterday was mighty impressive too. You didn't give up, no matter how hard of a beating you took. Not unlike Dirk, I might add.
Oh, thanks. Even if a big part of that beating I took was because of you.
Well, I gotta stop packing. Who knows when they might catch up with me if I don't scram soon.
Please, wait, I still need to ask you something.
Go ahead, shoot.
What are you rebels trying to do? And why were you at the Inner Sanctum in the first place? Mr. Rebel's plan. Why were you at the Inner Sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there?
I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that high priest was a fool for getting taken in by Dirk. He should have tried hightailing out of Karain like I'm doing.
Thought there was something fishy going on. Oh, 4 Cyclops! Did we ever get 5 in this one? I don't even remember. Cyclops. Mr. Rebel is hiding something, but I won't know exactly what until I can undo the locks. What exactly are you trying to hide, Mr. Rebel?
Huh? I'm not hiding anything. No way, no how.
I'll just have to use my Megatama on him then. Alright, let's do it. I'm gonna ask you again. Why were you at the Inner Sanctum on the day of the murder? Or more precisely, what were you trying to do there?
You can keep asking, but the answer's still the same. I was trying to escape from prison, that's all. But that high priest was a fool. He fell for Dirk's lie and sold his own country out.
How can you say such things about him? He helped you escape, didn't he? Don't you even care about what happened to him?
Nope, I was getting out of the rebellion anyway. He should have opened his eyes. We never stood a chance against the Garan regime.
Hang on, do you really believe what you're saying? Didn't the High Priest's death really hurt you on the inside?
Like I just said, I couldn't care less about the whole thing.
I beg to differ. This wouldn't be here in this room if you didn't feel a thing. Do I have it on me? Yes, I do. I heard these flowers are offered in memory of the dead here in Karayan. The High Priest's death hit you hard, so you've been grieving here alone, haven't you? Well?
Hey ho!
That's one.
Those flowers don't mean anything. It's just a Kuranese way of saying goodbye.
Why hide the fact that you're mourning his death?
You're reading into this too much. I told you, I'm done with the rebellion. I haven't even heard from Dirk or the rest of them for a few days. And tomorrow, I'm planning to kiss this kingdom goodbye.
No, I know you've been in contact with the other rebels lately.
And how exactly do you plan on proving that?
This piece of evidence ties you to the other rebels. We're going to present this flag that we found. I found this prayer flag at the Plaza of Devotion. You wrote a message on it and left it behind for your fellow rebels, didn't you?
Nope.
They brought this food for you at your request. So you're lying about leaving the rebels. You're still involved with Dirk and the rest of them, aren't you?
Yeah.
Are you ready to tell me the truth now?
Oh, you're good, Mr. Lawyer Man. I admit it. I requested the grub. But I was just taking advantage of them. That's all.
What do you mean?
With my face plastered all over the place, I couldn't stay out in the open anymore. So I just took advantage of my former comrades for some grub and a place to hide. I was gonna kiss this kingdom goodbye tomorrow.
I'm not buying it. You're obviously lying. I could tell just by looking at you. The white-hot flames of revolution definitely still burn on inside of you.
What? That's ridiculous. Those flames burned out a long time ago.
This proves that the flames of revolution still burn on inside of you. This law book.
Dirk's law book. I'm no lawyer, so what's that got to do with me?
No, but you're still wearing that frickin' armband. Look at the mark branded onto the cover. This mark that stands for an unwavering commitment to the revolution. It is Dirk's way of representing the will of the dragon.
Yeah? So what of it?
You have that same mark on the scarf tied around your left arm. But you wouldn't be wearing that if you were no longer a rebel.
I forgot to take it off. That's all.
Dats, please. No, as a wounded man, that should have been the first thing you took off. The fact that you haven't hidden that mark yet proves you're still a rebel.
Ah! Think what you want, but you don't know nothing about me.
No, you're wrong. You wear your heart and your beliefs right on your sleeve, just like me. And this is what I believe in. The attorney's badge? Oh shoot, I haven't presented my badge to him yet. When a person's back is against the wall, they always fall back on what they believe in. Just as I always have my badge, you always have the will of the dragon with you.
And would you risk your life for your beliefs?
No, I wouldn't.
No?
No, because I wouldn't be much use to my clients dead. Now admit it. You've never once thought about leaving the Defiant Dragons, have you?
That look in your eyes. It's just like Dirk's.
That new animation.
Looks like you've got the will of the dragon inside of you too.
Well, technically, if this was the Japanese version, his first name would be, a dragon-ish name and not Phoenix. Ryuichi, I believe it is. Ryuichi. Japanese. We did it! We solved the case! Well, before we do that, I'm gonna present my badge properly now, because I forgot to do that.
I've seen the will of the dragon within you.
Oh! Darn, now I wish I had presented it beforehand, because if this is what I'm getting now after I did the Cyclops, it might have been something else if I presented it earlier.
You're gonna make a fine rebel.
What?
What's wrong, my friend? You've gotta rise up with me.
I don't recall joining the rebellion, though. Alright.
I had planned to take you out if you had turned out to be on the side of the royals. But I think I can trust you.
I can't believe I was that close to getting shanked there.
It's like you said. I've no intention of leaving Dirk's group.
In other words, you are testing me.
You're a foreigner, and your lawyer who's been charged with abetting a criminal to boot. And I've seen a fair share of lawyers get pardoned. After weeping at the feet of the Queen.
Well, I'm going to keep fighting till the end.
Yeah, I can see that now. Sorry I ever doubted you.
So, what are you doing here anyway?
I came to get the secret hideout key from a helper.
A secret hideout?
Yep, I was supposed to get my next order from Dirk there. But the town's swarming with cops thanks to that murder. Nothing I can do about that.
What about the order Dirk was supposed to give you?
Gonna have to abort that mission. Now I'm just lying low, waiting for a chance to make contact with Dirk again. Hey, why the long face?
I thought you'd be able to help me. I thought you'd be able to tell me something about the High Priest's murder.
Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, I know. Let me make it up to you with this. You still need to find the other 6 Dragon Balls, though.
What is it?
This orb is actually a key. It opens the doors to one of our secret hideouts. I can't say any more than that. Anyway, I hope it helps.
This orb is a key?
Yep, plus the hideout's in a totally unexpected location. And being that it's super secret, we couldn't have just any ordinary key.
I see. I actually think I already know where this goes. Maybe this will help me unravel the truth behind this case. Thanks.
Don't mention it. Besides, you're a fellow brother in arms, fighting the powers that be. If it'll help you, feel free to pick my brain a bit more.
Now we're gonna get some more deets.
Everyone's been talking about the return of Lady Kira lately.
Well, my friend Maya is suspected of being the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. You wouldn't happen to know who she really is, though, would you?
Beats me, but whoever she is, she bushwhacked me and hauled me off to jail. Even worse, on top of attacking us and delivering us to the cops, she's been watching us like a hawk and framing us for different crimes.
Watching you like a hawk? Framing you for crimes? Why would anyone go to all that trouble?
Our kingdom likes to pretend that its people are free to think what they want. Because of that, the authorities can't arrest you for sympathizing with the rebellion. So they resort to framing people for things they didn't do.
Then that Lady Kira figure is...
Yep, she's just some lickspill working for the Garan regime.
Wow. Even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scumbuddy days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say, I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. 'Cause you got a defiant attitude, like one of them dragon dupes. Oh boy. So he was talking about Lady Kira then.
Advanced combat skills, detailed surveillance, and clever setups. She's no amateur if you ask me.
So you're saying the monarchy is using Lady Kira to secretly take out the rebels?
Exactly. The Garan regime is using her to control people, even down to what we think.
Why don't the people protest if the monarchy is doing things like that?
Unfortunately, we don't have any conclusive evidence. And without that, we can't prove anything.
Ugh, I know the feeling. If I bring this up in court, they probably dismiss it out of hand. I'll have to unmask Lady Kira if I want to get anywhere. Alright. This might be the last thing.
Our goal? To get rid of that evil, no-good Defense Culpability Act.
I can tell just by looking at Dirk's law book.
The DC Act has turned this kingdom into a corrupt cesspool, where false charges are overlooked, and prosecutors are the only ones heard in court. It's been 23 years since it was first enacted.
What happened 23 years ago to make them pass such a terrible law?
The assassination of Queen Amara. That's where it all began.
It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated! And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it! Dirk assassinated the former queen, didn't he?
That's the official line, but...
The official line?
Those charges were completely trumped up. Dirk was framed. I'm telling ya.
He was?
Plus, Dirk was a lawyer. Once the people thought a lawyer had killed the Queen, they turned against all lawyers. And that's how the DC Act was first passed.
So that's why there aren't any lawyers left in Korian.
Even worse, it changed the significance of the divination seance.
The significance of the divination seance? They were holding seances in court even before the DC Act?
You bet they were. Lawyers and prosecutors used to hotly contest the insights that came out of seances.
You mean like what I've been doing?
Right, it's like what Dirk used to say. The Royal Priestess's insights are just another piece of evidence.
Right. I see what you mean about the significance of the divination seance changing.
Yep, the insights became the only truth, and arguing against them was banned.
As a royal priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time, I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial, and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. From what I've seen, Rafa would agree with that.
This kingdom's a shadow of its former self. It's become a dictatorship, where the royals use the fear of trumped-up charges to rule.
And that's what Dirk's been rebelling against?
Yep. All we want is to live in a kingdom with a fair and impartial legal system. And there's only one way to make that come true. Overthrow the current regime.
So that's the truth behind the rebels.
Well, PW, my friend, it's about time for me to get going. After all, I am the fangs of the Defiant Dragons. That's a rebel.
You're not gonna do that alley-oop thing again, are you?
I was just getting to that. See you when I see you. Alley-oop. Oh God, my head. Oh God, I forgot we were indoors. Oh.
Bye! Why does he have to jump like that before running off? Well, I guess we're friends now. That's a good thing, better than enemies. But enough about that. I've already spent way too much time here. And we're way over. Can I stop? Why, is there a thing? We'll worry about that, why we're going back to Bazaar, in the next video. Actually, we're probably just trying to meet up with everyone else, but we'll do that later. I'll see you guys then.